I've recently come across a lot of questions in my DMs with people asking me about my first internship experience. People ask me how could they find their first internship. They ask me how old was I when I had my first internship and where was I working for my first internship. And that has inspired me to make today's video. I want to talk about my first internship experience on today's podcast and take you to the 3 steps that I usually follow to find that internship, prepare for the interview, and eventually make the most out of it. And the reason I want to share this with you guys today is to inspire you and help you find that first internship yourself. And with the summer break coming up, I really hope this helps you. So, with that, let's hit that subscribe button and the post notification bell, and let's get started with today's podcast on my first internship experience that will hopefully help you find your internship this summer. So let's start off by talking about the 2 most burning questions, right? How old was I when I had my first internship and where was I working? I was 16 years old when I had my first internship and I was working for a company called EduMedia at the time, currently known as LXL Ideas. Now LXL Idea has different divisions under them. I was working for their event management team called Crayon. They also have divisions such as School Cinema, which produces short films for students across the country. Now at Crayon, I helped them market their events, do some admin related work, and mainly help them organize events, some of the popular ones being Horlicks Whisket. Now just because I interned at the age of 16, that doesn't mean that everyone watching this video and listening to this podcast has to have had their first internship by the age of 16. If you are 14 and you've already had your first internship, great. But if you're 18 and you still haven't found that internship, that's completely alright too. The important part about internships is that you try out different things and actually find out what you're really passionate about. So if an opportunity comes in front of you and that sounds somewhat interesting to you, definitely take it up. But yes, wait for the right internship. There is no use just going in for an internship just because it pays well or it is at a reputed company, right? You need to find something that really will help you and something that you're really passionate about. Now, let's talk about the 3 steps that I usually follow for all my internships. So the first step is searching for the right internship. So let's talk about how I found my first internship and why was it perfect for me. So as I mentioned, LXL Idea is known for organizing the popular school event called Horlicks Whisket. Now, back in school, I was the contingent leader for my school, Leelavati by Podar. There were various events at this competition, and Horlicks Whisket has this special event called the Personality Contest, if I may say so, in simple words. And instead of going through the city route, I entered for this position online. I ended up being selected and I was one of the 40 South Asian Whisket finalists, which helped me go to Bangalore and participate in this amazing event. Now, even though I did not win at the Whisket's final event, I made a huge amount of contacts. My network broadened and I was actually so close to the LXL team out there. I knew I was going for a vacation right after my board exams, but I knew I had a lot of time once I came back from that vacation and I wanted to spend that time productively. Now, since I had made this network with the LXL team, I wanted to leverage it. I reached out to a few of the organizing members and I informed them about my availability. They were really impressed that I reached out. I had done their research about what other events that they usually do, and they were just amazed by my enthusiasm and they were ready to give me that interview. So the way I found this internship was through my network and I leveraged that network. So let's talk about some other ways you can find internships, right? Now, back in 2016, websites such as Internshala, LinkedIn, Naukri.com were not that famous, right? To be completely honest, I did not even know about them. So if you're currently listening to this and you don't have any idea of what LinkedIn is or Naukri.com is or Internshala is, that's completely fine because I've been in your shoes. But it's important that you start leveraging these websites now because Compared to back then in 2016-15, these websites have really grown, and they really make an impact in a student's life. Now, how can you leverage these websites, and who is this most helpful for? If you have a vague idea of what you want to do, I think these websites are super helpful, because these websites have a huge amount of opportunities available. And I think what you can do is you can just search random keywords about what you're interested in, and various list of companies come up in front of you, and they all have their job responsibilities written. So you can quickly just glance through them and see what interests you the most and apply accordingly. An important thing to keep in mind while applying on these portals is that a lot of other students are applying too. So you need to really put in time and effort to submit that application. You cannot simply just fill an application for the sake of it. You really need to give time and thought to all the answers asked in an application. So that's super important in the second way of finding internships. That's going on these job portals. Now let's talk about our third step, and that is going crazy innovative. If you really know the company that you want to work at, and that's the only company where you want to try out and get an internship, that's completely alright too. In fact, it's great that you already know where you want to work. Now, in case they do not give out internships, or they do, but you think you don't have the right experience for it, it's time to stand out, right? And I think this is the third way that someone can find an internship. You do various things, right? To catch the recruiter's eye, or to catch the eye of anyone at that company. You make presentations, you make videos, you start a Twitter campaign, you go viral on Instagram, and you basically try to reach out to that company via this campaign or the video that you just produced. And trust me, by doing this, you will really stand out. And even if that company does not have a position open, they will make one just because of the commitment and effort you've put in. And like I said, LXL Ideas loved my enthusiasm, and that's why I got that internship. So it's important that you take your enthusiasm to the next level and do something crazy and innovative. So to quickly recap my first step, you can either leverage your network. You can go on famous websites such as LinkedIn, Internshala, and Naukri.com to find something for yourself and find something that you're really passionate about. And third, if you know where you want to work, just go crazy innovative and do something that will catch that recruiter's eye. Now let's talk about the second step that I follow for all my internships. I think it literally is the second step for any internship because it's the interview prep. Now first up, if you've reached the interview part of the internship, I think that's a great accomplishment in itself. Just imagine that company received thousands and hundreds of applicants, and they chose you to be one of the very few to be interviewed. A company will never interview more than 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 candidates, but they do get applicants in hundreds and thousands and 10,000s. So when you just think of that, that's a great accomplishment in itself. So first up, be proud of yourself. But that being said, everyone wants that internship, right? Everyone wants that job. So now it's important to prep. And that's my second step for every internship. So here I want to focus on 3 to 4 points, right? First up, what I did back then is I tried to get to know who my interviewer would be so that I could read up upon him and get some brownie points for just simply knowing his or her background. But I think the more important part for prepping for interviews is actually reaching out to people at that company and doing informational interviews with them. Now, what are informational interviews? Informational interview is not an actual internship or a job interview. It's a process wherein you're interviewing that employee from that company. Now, what's important over here is that you try to get to know the company in detail. And why do you do that? It will be helpful because the kind of knowledge and information you will gain out of that informational interview, you will be able to use that in your actual interview for that internship. Now, how will you use that? Let's say you got to know that the company's culture really focuses on teamwork. Now that means that you can start thinking about ways in which you have been part of a team and helped a team. Because trust me, if the company's culture is focused on teamwork, they will definitely ask you, can you tell me an incident wherein you were part of a team wherein you faced a conflict in a team or wherein you led a team. So yes, that's my first point. Interview people at that company to get to know more about the company. Now, second important thing over here is to research common interview questions, right? Yes, technical skills are a huge part, but a majority of your interview will also focus on behavioral questions. Now, what are behavioral questions? Behavioral questions are simply trying to understand what kind of personality are you, what kind of a person you will be at that job if given that internship position. So it's important you look up questions and see what are the common interview questions, such as tell me something about yourself, take me through your resume, talk to me a time where you were a leader, tell me what's one of your greatest weaknesses, what's one of your greatest strengths. And to be completely honest, I did not do this during my first internship interview. These are some things that I've learned along the way, and that's helped me get more and more internships as I've grown older. But the third and fourth point that I want to talk to you about is what landed me the job back then. And those are super important too. So the third point is answering in the STAR format. Now, what's the STAR format? STAR stands for S for situation, T for task, A for action, and R for results. Now, every question that the interviewer asks you can be answered in the STAR format. So now think of this as a story build-up, right? So you first talk about the situation, you talk about the task that you were given in that particular situation, and that should be the minority of your answer. The majority of your answer should focus on the actions you took to solve that task, and more importantly, you talk about the results. What were the outcomes of the actions you took for that particular task in that situation? And I'm hoping this is making sense. This is something that I really did well in my first internship interview, and that's what landed me the job. I made it so easy for the interviewer to understand me and understand my background. And another thing that I did to make it easier for the interviewer is that I started answering in points, something that I feel I've been doing in this podcast as well. So when you answer in points and steps, it just becomes so easier for the audience to understand you. And trust me, when you talk in points, it's easier for you to remember your answer and have a flow for your answer, which is super important. It shows that you have a solid flow of thought, which is super important at any job. But more importantly, like I said, it just helps the interview to understand better. So let's quickly recap this second step that I usually do to prepare for interviews. First, I try to do informational interviews. Second, I try to get to know the common interview questions asked for that particular position. I prepare for them and I try to answer my questions in the STAR format, and I use points to make it easier for my interviewer to understand me. So now I had found that perfect internship and had somehow gotten an interview for that job. I worked really hard and I prepped for that interview, and I eventually landed that internship at EduMedia at the time, currently known as Elexcel Ideas. And I think the third step that I do follow for all my internships is make the most out of that internship, right? Now, how can I make the most out of any given internship, and how can you guys do that same? So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is being self-motivated. My fourth podcast on the Career Show with Virginia Stagney, and she came up with a word called intrapreneur. Not entrepreneur, but intrapreneur. Now you'd be saying, what's an intrapreneur, Trishank? An intrapreneur is the one who treats the company they are working for as their own company. Now, why is that important? Because when you treat the company you're working for as your own company, you're self-motivated. You're willing to go the extra mile because you're saying, hey, if the company benefits out of my work, I benefit from it as well. And I think this is super important because this kind of attitude helps you put in that extra effort. Second is that you don't need to be shy, right? I understand that a lot of us can be introverts, but I think it's important that you practice communicating and build on those communication skills, Because if you want to make most out of an internship and possibly turn that internship into a full-time job, it's important that you speak up in team meetings. It's important that you talk to your boss and share your ideas with them. Because if you don't, how will they know that you're capable of that full-time job? Whether you'll make a difference at the company if they give you that full-time job. So I think it's important that you're self-motivated and you're not shy and you're willing to speak up. Now, the second thing that you want to do is that you want to network. I mentioned early on that that's how I got this first internship, right? By leveraging my network. And I think that networking should not stop as soon as you get that internship. It should continue throughout that internship. You knew a couple of people at the company, that's how you got that job, but it's important that you end up knowing 10 more people once you join the company, because now you're at the firm and you can just go desk to desk and talk to people. Send out messages to the people working around you and ask them if they have some time to chat with you and tell you more about the company and the work they do. This is not only a great way to build a reputation at the company, but it's also a great way to actually find out what are the different things that are happening at the company. Maybe you're at the company to do X work, but you talk to someone who's doing Y work and you end up liking the Y work more. Maybe you can ask that employee if you could do a couple tasks for him, and that's how you really find out you're passionate about Y more than X. So I think it's super important that you keep on networking and having these coffee chats. I think these are the two things that have always helped me stand out. And trust me, I've had around 6 to 7 internships throughout my career till now. And I stay in touch with all my managers and all my colleagues on a regular basis, around 2 to 3 months, and I always check in on them. So those are the 3 steps that I follow. First is search for the perfect internship, prep for the interview, and eventually make the most out of it. So if you have stayed with me until the very end till now that I've discussed the 3 steps that I follow, I wanted to share with you a couple of bonus tips. So the first bonus tip I have for you is start looking for internships very early on. If you want to work during the summer of a particular year, it's important you start looking for internships as soon as the new year kicks in. Now, why is this important? It is important because starting early will provide you with a lot more opportunities. As the time goes by, internships for the summer keep reducing because people start filling the positions. The positions are filled on a rolling basis. So it's important you start early. Second, do informational interviews even before you get that interview. I know I mentioned that doing informational interviews during your interview is very important, but why not do informational interviews right from the get-go? It will help you form allies at the company, and it's a great way to stand out, trust me. And those are the 2 bonus tips that I have for you. And that was my first internship experience. I hope you find this video helpful. I hope you're able to land an internship that you've been hoping to get or are hoping to get in the future. And I hope you find this video helpful. If you find it helpful, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you would like to see next. And with that, until next time, goodbye.
I hope you enjoyed this week's career discussion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Your support means a lot.